Hello, and welcome back everybody, but probably nobody. This is ThorW, and I'm here to bring you more in her story. When we last left off, we had gotten quite a bit of new information. A lot of information pertaining to evidence pointing very, very heavily towards Hannah being the one to murder Simon herself, and Eve as an accomplice to try and cover it up. Now, part of me wants to try and poke as many holes into this story as possible. The main reason why is because so far everything that these two, that Hannah and Eve, have been doing has been to cover each other's tracks. They even went through, like Eve just revealed, they went through that incredibly laborious effort to make sure that Simon's body was found in the basement, in the cellar, I should say, after some time, and then all of a sudden she just kind of reveals everything, which means either they had to have some sort of evidence against her that we haven't heard of yet, some sort of big information and had cornered her, or that this is a bit of a fabrication and they might be lying to us. So I still don't want to believe it 100% because it's not 100% yet, and until it's 100%, I don't really feel satisfied. One thing I do want to point out is I wanted to point out our database checker, this DB checker here, right in the little bottom here that we haven't looked at really. But if we take a look, all of the green ones, I believe, are videos we've seen, and all the red ones I think are videos we haven't seen. So I think I'm farther away from the actual truth than I thought I was in the beginning. But at the same time, I see that we've cleared quite a bit of information, so I'm pretty proud of that. Also, I wanted to double check this rubbish bin. If you check the hack.info, this is a neat little thing. It's, oh, come on, don't get in the chit-chat thing. What is that? I think it says Grace Hack, G-Hack, the IRC, and Cracker Cyberghost, Supplier of the Legends, You've Never Seen Us, Illusionist package. And if you take a look, oh, look at that. Cracks with Class. Oh, that's cool. I think that's actually a cool little thing. And if you guys were wondering, I have looked at Mirror Game, and it's simply a it's a two-player thing, and it's like a capture the colors and get as many points as possible kind of thing. And I'm not sure if it's going to have any kind of significance on anything else, and I'll mess around with it on the off time. And if I find something, I will be recording as I mess around with the mirror game to see if it has any sort of significance towards anything whatsoever. But I just thought I would point those things out before we got started today, that we are relatively far into the database, and that the little hack thing is a cool little Easter egg, I guess, for they put the time to make it look like a legit game hack and a crack, and I like that. That's pretty fun. Anyway, today we have our search term of wig. Wig. So we've got 4 new videos. Let's go ahead and start right up.
A wig? You mean, but what type of wig?
The type you wear on your head. That type of wig.
No, I've never worn a wig. What kind of wig?
Okay, so Hannah is vehemently denying that she's ever worn a wig.
This other person doesn't exist. I don't know what the blonde wig is, but it could be anything. Have you looked at the cat flap?
Cat flap? What? The hell is a cat flap? Add to session. That's a search term. What the hell's a cat flap?
This was about 9. I went round and she was waiting for me. She was furious and so angry. The kind of anger you can only have towards yourself. We screamed at each other, argued, cried, we fought. I hit her back, left a bruise. I had my wig on from performing, she tore it off. Eventually, we grew tired of fighting and I left.
Okay, out of all of that, I guess bruise is the thing I get out of that. Okay, so we've got cat flap and we've got bruise. We've got 2 new search terms already. Things are cat flap. What the hell's a cat flap? Alright, I guess we're gonna find out.
No, they were shut. Most of the windows are really hard to open anyway. It's stifling in summer. They were painted over by my dad. Could have left a door open accidentally. Or there's a cat flap in the back door.
Oh, that's what a cat flap is. A little door installed in the door so that the cat can go in and out as she pleases. Okay, or he pleases, as it pleases. How's that?
No cat. My parents had a cat before they died called Domino. It was this little black thing with white dots. And we never did anything about the cat flap, but if you were thin, you could maybe squeeze through it.
Okay, Domino. I'm adding that to session because that's a name drop. So far in this game, anytime we've gotten a name, it's actually been important. Which reminds me, I never searched Eleanor, so I'll have to get back to that, but I'm in the middle of following these leads as I find them. Bruise. This is a very disorganized police search I'm doing. Alright, 2 new ones.
Bruise. Oh, yeah, no, it's nothing. I was going through the top cupboard in my kitchen, and the chair slipped, and I kind of hit the door with my face. We hurt like hell.
That's a lie. That's a lie. You and Eve had a fight. And by you and Eve, I mean you and you. Or possibly you and Eve. It's still hard to tell.
If one of us got hurt, the other one would have to be hurt too. A grazed knee, a bruise. When I lost my tooth first, we had to pull out Hannah's to match.
Uh-huh.
Once, I slept with a boy who was seeing another girl. The girlfriend came up to Hannah the next day and punched her in the face, gave her a huge black eye. That night, she had to do the same to me. But she almost went too far. I couldn't see out of that eye for days. But she snapped a frozen piece up for me from the kitchen. So much of our bodies was synchronized anyway. We started our period on the same day. All our childhood diseases, stomach bugs, nits.
Okay. Going from the twins theory, right now there's 2 theories working right here. Maybe 3 theories. Alright, theory number 1 is they both are actually twins. And they were interchanging with each other anytime they kind of pleased. Which means, yes, if ever there was a bruise on one, there'd have to be a bruise on another, a cut, a scrape, or whatever, so that the cover wouldn't be blown. I mean, if I punched myself in the face right now, walked off for 2 minutes, came back, and didn't have a black eye anymore, you guys would be suspicious if it was actually me or not. Working theory number 2 is this is a case of... this is still a case of some sort of split personality disorder, where she thinks she's Hannah and thinks she's Eve at the same time, and one personality may be growing stronger than the other, and are wrestling with each other for control over the body at points in times. And thus she fights with herself, and that's why if one gets a bruise, another gets a bruise. So it's kind of hard to tell. And the third working theory is that she is a criminal mastermind, and she invented at least one of these personalities so that when something happened, so that after she did something, she would be able to start playing this angle with the police. And she faked the tattoos, and she faked the differences between one person and another, and used it as some way to clear whichever personality she wanted to live out for the rest of the days, while the other one takes the fall. But that one seems like the least likely, and I'm working with the twins and the split personality, but I'm going to keep that one in the back of my head, because what if she's just a criminal mastermind and this is just brilliant? Could be. Alright, what was our other search term? We had another domino. Domino. Domino's a cat, I believe. Oh, just one more. Okay.
We loved our cat, Domino. He had this little bell around his neck to stop him from killing birds in the garden. And we
That's
used to
just
write
cruel.
each other notes and put them in the bell, and we could send them to each other. Mum found some of the notes once, and she thought I was just writing to myself because our handwriting was identical. And we had our own words for things, so she didn't quite understand them anyway.
Okay, what if I just search regular cat? I might get another video? Nope, that's all of them. Okay. Alright. Well, I had Eleanor as a search term that I didn't fully explore. At least I don't think so. Got another video? Okay.
Yes. I speak with Eleanor at least once a day. Not that there's anything much to say. It's more just...
Oh! Okay, that's interesting. Okay. This brings up the point of trying to actually get our theory straight. She just spilled hot coffee on herself. It's very likely that would leave some sort of burn. So, working with the split personality syndrome, Hannah would also have that burn. Working with the twins theory, she may very well not. Let's try searching coffee. Okay, we got 3 more.
Black coffee, thanks. No sugar. Sweet enough as it is.
Oh, you. Oh, that wasn't terribly helpful.
About 8 years back. It was a present to myself.
Tattoo.
I shouldn't even be drinking coffee with the baby. It's been hard trying to give it up. I think they say you can have 1 cup.
Oh, right. I forgot. I should search baby as well. I don't really have a good place to put it. We'll just put it with that. Why not? Bam. Wig baby. Wig baby.
Coffee, I guess. Milk and sugar.
She likes her coffee. Spilt coffee? Spill? Spilled coffee. Burn. Hot. No. Okay. I don't know about that. I feel like there has to actually be a way to track whether or not Hannah also came up with a burn from spilled coffee. There has to be, but I can't think of one right now. All right, I'll keep that in the side of my head. Let's see, where did I get that from? Was it from Domino or something? Or from Cat? Whatever. Oh, it was with Eleanor. Right, I had searched Eleanor. I believe it was this one.
I speak with Eleanor at least.
Okay, so I'm gonna add that to session. I feel like that's important. I feel like that's a way to tell what kind of story this is. I feel like it. Anyway, the baby. That'll probably do it. Oh my god, really? Searching the baby 3 times did it? So I guess the only term it recognized was baby.
We spent the wedding night in a hotel in Brighton. It would have been too much to do more. We were saving for the baby. It was wonderful to be in a hotel, away from home, just alone together. Since then, we've always tried to get away for our holiday.
Okay, so away in a hotel and holiday. I'm actually... Since I double-checked how many videos we have to find, and there's a lot, I'm I'm really meticulously looking for any kind of key words that she might say in these interviews.
We couldn't afford our own place. Simon dropped out of school, went full-time at the Glaziers. That was Eric's generosity. We moved in with his mum and dad. They had a spare room for us and the baby, if it came. It was a nice change, time to myself, living there for those months, full of hope.
Okay.
Yes. It was a shock to him. I mean, we never thought it was possible. I don't know what I hadn't decided whether to keep the baby. I wasn't really ready to talk to him about it.
That kind of brings up an interesting point. Did Eve keep the baby? Because if I recall correctly, this is like a 10-year later interview, 10 years after the fact of them having all that shit going down, or close enough to it. Or at least they were telling stories from 10 years ago, that's for sure. But, did Eve keep the baby? Abortion? Okay. Let's see. So I just had hotel and holiday added. Alright, 2 more.
And the hotel said he was there?
Well, thank you for that. That was helpful.
Okay, you got me.
I got her.
I'll confess.
I did it.
We were there.
Yes.
It was a dirty weekend. Simon was going to expense it, pretend it was a business trip. I used a made-up name. We stayed at the hotel, had room service, didn't leave the room, had a great view of the river, and you could hear the church bells. Like you said, it was very romantic.
Uh-huh. So, what you're telling me is Simon was having an affair with you. So... Hey! 3 new videos. Alright, okay. Alright, we're getting there piecemeal.
An affair?
An affair.
Simon wasn't having an affair.
I'm pretty sure Simon was having an affair.
You're reaching here. Oh, I don't know why.
I have to.
No. I've never cheated on anyone. I've never taken anything from anyone. Simon's dead. But I have my baby to care for. Why are you trying to make me sad? Why are you so obsessed with sex and affairs? You cheated on your wife. Is this your thing?
Okay. 2 things there. First of all, yes, the police have to be very, very obsessed with sex and affairs, because those are generally good motivations for murder in the heat of the moment kind of thing. So, if Simon's having an affair and winds up murdered, there's a pretty good motivation there. Secondly, you straight up said that in a past interview that you slept with another girl's boyfriend, and then Hannah got punched in the face, so you had to get punched in the face to match the bruise. So yes, you have cheated on people. And thirdly, it seems she kept the baby. So Eve has a little baby running around. I want to know more about that baby. That baby might be important. Sometimes babies are important. Not often, but sometimes babies are important.
What did your wife do? She didn't kill you. You think I killed Simon because he was having an affair? Well, I didn't kill him. I wasn't even there. I was in Glasgow worrying about whether my baby was still growing inside me. I mean, why would I kill Simon? I loved him.
Okay, that's pretty big. That is pretty important. Bam. Don't really have any tags for that, but that's Eve vehemently defending herself. Okay, cheat? Just one, alright.
Mum and Dad never knew what was going on. We got so good at it. We were so in sync that we'd use each other to cheat. If one of us had a hangover, the other one would go to school. Whoever was best at a subject would sit the exam. There were lots of differences between us. Some things one is better than the other at.
Okay, so that's basically her trying to say they had a lot of differences. Seeing as that other video didn't come up, I'll search cheated and get a bunch more videos. I was expecting maybe one other one. Okay, well then.
No, I have never been unfaithful. I've never cheated on Simon.
Okay.
Have I ever cheated on Simon? You asked that question yesterday.
Oh. Uh-huh. So, that lineup, oh my god. Okay, that lineup really reinforces the this is the same person theory with multiple personalities, because she asked him there, she asked there.
Simon never cheated on me. He was devoted to me, and I was devoted to him. Nothing in life is easy. We were good to each other. Life isn't a fairy tale. You do what you can.
Achievement unlocked, Detective Sergeant. Apparently I'm a Detective Sergeant. Okay, ignoring that. I'm still really wrapped up on these two videos, the back-to-back. This is the 30th of June and this is the 1st of July, and she said, "Oh no, you asked me that question yesterday," when apparently it was Hannah who was asked. That's big. Is there anything I can actually take from this? Because it's 24 seconds. Usually when they're that length, they have something. But not always, I guess. There are some that I've seen with relatively longer lengths that I haven't really taken anything from yet, so maybe not. Only thing I think would be Fairy Tale, but I think if I searched that, I'd get the story of Rapunzel, since we found the Rapunzel story at some point in the playthrough. I think it was episode 2?
It was supposed to be a secret. Just because Simon is dead doesn't mean I have to give up all his secrets. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to Simon. No one murdered my husband because he cheated his expenses for a romantic weekend in Oxford.
I thought Simon was Hannah's husband. See, this is still difficult to tell whether it would be the same person or the twin story, because they've been saying that they switch places with each other all the time, constantly, over and over again. This could be Hannah sitting in Eve's place at the same time. There was something there. I need to
be a secret.
Secret. I'm going to search secret. Damn. I was really hoping to get something from that. So this keeps piling up, and it keeps giving information that's pointing towards this being the same person, but every time that happens, you still have this nagging I still have this nagging feeling in the back of my head where it's like, but wait, what if they're just switching places for the day? They said they could do that. A fake tattoo is easy enough to fake. Eve could be faking it the whole time. Hannah could be faking it and pretending to be Eve right now. Is there any other evidence? Any other evidence which might point towards that? Some sort of mannerisms that we tend to see from someone that's different. See, right now what I'm looking at is the position of the cup, and the cup seems to always be to Eve's right and Hannah's left, and that seems to stay consistent there. We don't really have a cup to check there, but we have this thing suddenly on Eve's left, right here.
It was supposed to be a secret.
A glass of water, and she was talking about her husband. And it seems that only Hannah sits things to her left 9 times out of 10. Whereas Eve almost always has things sitting to her right. There are very few situations where it's not. Now I'm playing another game of, is this Hannah or Eve in the video? So I'd have to think this would be Hannah filling in for Eve in this particular testimony, because of the mannerism of putting the glass to the left and the multiple different things that were said here, like, he was my husband when Simon was married to Hannah, such as, you asked me that question yesterday. And if this was a split personality kind of thing, then it's kind of hard to justify this actually being a split personality kind of thing in this particular situation, because then she would know which personality she is at the time, I would think. Oh, things are getting so convoluted and difficult. And I searched hotel, I believe, right? Yeah, okay. Holiday? No holiday sus. No holiday stuff. Right, I had another search term, fingerprints, because that would be one of the wow. Wowie wowie McWowerton. Okay, that would be one of the very few things to tell them apart would probably be fingerprints or maybe blood samples, stuff like that. But generally, with twins, fingerprints are not exactly the same, so.
Fine. I've never had my fingerprints taken before. I once burnt my hand on the oven.
I once burned my hand on the oven, and now I have no fingerprints. All of a sudden.
Fingerprints?
Yeah, fingerprints. Okay, yeah, that's what I searched. Come on.
Yes. Yeah. I would have cleaned them. I changed the sheets too. With the fingerprints in all those places.
Okay. What kind of fingerprints are we talking about?
Could they have been my parents' fingerprints? I'm not sure how long they last for, but is that possible?
Parents' fingerprints, huh?
Really? Go on then. Take the cup. Run your fingerprints. They'll match.
Okay, wonderful. That didn't tell me much of anything, other than there were some sort of mysterious fingerprints. Parents? Maybe parent? Mum? Alright, because they say mum.
Yeah, when I was at school. I worked part-time in the front shop. It was sort of an extended family thing. My dad used to work there, my mum worked there before I was born. I took care of paperwork, filing, typing out invoices, that kind of thing. It was a good job for a girl back then. I didn't work a till or anything, though. I was quite shy, so I wouldn't have liked to have worked a till.
Okay. Work might actually be a search term as well, or job.
Mum and Dad had never had any reason to notice. They were always busy. If Hannah was eating a lot, they didn't mind. She didn't put on any weight. That girl has a healthy appetite. If they heard us talking in the attic, they just thought it was Hannah playing one of her games, and that Eve was our imaginary friend. Once, she was already up and dressed and ready to go to school, and I snuck down for a piss. Mum saw me in my underwear, she went mad. Get dressed this instant! So I ducked into our bedroom, and seconds later, out came Hannah, dressed and ready. My mum was amazed.
It's not a whole lot I think I can extract from that. Dad? Hey.
They said it was food poisoning. There was something in the food they ate. My dad liked to pick mushrooms, grow them too. They said it was the mushrooms. It was hard to believe. Death caps. They have a skirt around the cap. My dad taught me that. But, the police had no reason to think it was suspicious. They lived alone, and no one had any reason to hurt them.
Oh, so that's the cause of death for her parents. Was apparently her dad grew the wrong kind of mushrooms. Right now, I am just kind of grasping for straws for any more information that I can get. And there's not, like, I'm not sure how much more I can get that's relevant to the story, so just bear with me, guys. I want to know everything.
I was living in the attic. It was a very hard time. I was depressed, was still pretty sick of the STD. And I came down one morning and they were dead. They were in bed and both had been sick. They'd thrown up a lot. And I'd slept through it. The police said it was mushrooms they ate. Dad was a mushroom expert. He used to take us picking with him and he taught us how to recognise them. There's no way he would have picked death caps. But the police believe that's what happened. They never even looked in the attic.
Interesting. I even got a flash there. What search term would I get a flash there? Attic? I think I've searched attic, haven't I? Have I searched attic, guys? I'm pretty sure I have. Yeah, I've searched attic. Come on, game. Give me something new. Give me something cool. Right. I was thinking, if I search son or daughter, Eve might tell us what kind of child she has, or child. Son? Right. Daughter. Child. Alright, we got one more.
Yeah, we were 17. It was a nice wedding.
We were only 17.
Simon looked very handsome in the photos. His parents paid for everything, but he's an only child, so it was important to them. It was what they called a shotgun wedding, but if you looked at the photos, you couldn't tell. The dress was beautiful. It looked like Princess Diana's. The training wasn't quite as long, though. There's a great photo of the bridesmaid helping to carry it out of the car.
Okay, I got a flash. Wedding? Off of that? I think wedding might be a search term off of that. That's possible. Wedding. No, we've searched all that. So that's kind of a dead end there. I'm really not getting that much out of these videos right now. There might have been something I missed in the past, but I've seen so many goddamn videos by now that if I were to have missed it, then it's probably too late to go back and kind of look for it. I'm not entirely sure, guys. I'm not entirely sure. I'm also not sure whether to end the episode right here, seeing as we've been going for about the allotted time, or whether to go into this chit-chat and say that I'm done. It's really not a whole lot I can... There's not a whole lot more that I can actually search, or at least that I have any sort of information on. There's obviously more I can search. If I check the database checker, I go down here and I check this little file, there's so much more I can search. One volume missing in there, blah, blah, blah. There's so much more I can actually find. There's a lot more to this story than I'm getting, but how many of those are the 4-second videos about nothing? How many of those are going to lead me nowhere? And how many of those are actually relevant to the story is the big question. I have to imagine that at least some of those are actually going to point us somewhere. The number one thing that I don't know right now, the two top things, the number one thing is I don't know whether for certain whether this is 2 people or 1 person, and that bugs the hell out of me. There's got to be a way to find out throughout the rest of this database. And the number 2 thing is that Eve has a child. She has confirmed that she has a child that she is caring for, but we know nothing about it, and it seems like a pretty freaking important topic. So I really want to try and figure out anything about this child that she has had since Hannah had the miscarriage and Eve has kept her baby. The Metroid baby. And because I'm so goddamn stubborn, and because I will do whatever it takes to find out what the hell is going on, this is just going to be a big rambling episode, and I'm sorry for that, guys. I'll come back on the next episode fighting with fire and vitriol, because I'm going to go back and I'm going to rewatch a lot of stuff and find any search terms that I possibly can. And I'll have that ready for you guys on the next episode. So for now, that's going to end it off here. A lot of interesting stuff. We found out a few more differences. We found out the identity of their cat, and we're finding more and more little similarities that you can find between Eve and Hannah that sometimes slip out from one to the next. And little bits of information like Hannah always has a drink sitting to her left. Eve almost always keeps her drink sitting to the right. Sometimes those interchange, and it's hard to tell whether that's someone else sitting in the chair or whether that's the same person kind of in a split personality, or kind of trying to devise this other personality from whoever she was in the first place and have that person either live on as that person or take the fall for this murder. So I'm still super intrigued about this game, and there's obviously, according to this database checker, there's still so much more I can find, but I found probably half, maybe a little bit more, at the very least. So, for the time being, I'm going to end this off. I'm going to go back and I'm going to watch over a few of these extra things back in my previous videos, because I can just fast forward through those and find any keywords I can find. And I'll be sure to have that ready for you guys on the next episode. So, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys on the next episode. Bye-bye, everybody. This was a lot of rambling and a whole lot less finding out. Sorry, guys. Bye, everyone.